Crawford County Quorum Court votes to not help the library board cover a $112,000 bill for legal fees. And President Trump is marking 100 days in office today with the auto industry and tariffs top of mind. Meanwhile, the White House is signaling potential changes in policy, what that could mean moving forward.
Covering news where you live. This is 5 News at Noon.
Thank you for joining us for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Morgan Wrigley here with meteorologist Stephen Elmore. It's a busy forecast. You've already been busy this morning.
Yeah, it's been busy this morning. Had severe thunderstorm warnings in Benton County. We had one tornado warning as well. That was in parts of the rotation, at least, was in Delaware County. Never quite reached into Benton County before they canceled that warning, but still some very damaging winds moved through parts of Benton County, left some damage behind as well this morning. Now, we're not done just yet. We are tracking some more storms still into the forecast, even as soon as this afternoon. I'm keeping my eye on one cell there that's in Sequoia County. Right now, that's that special weather statement. If you've been with us before, you've heard us talk about it. It's a strong thunderstorm. It's just not crossing over into the severe limits. That doesn't mean it can't, but this cell right here in parts of Sequoia County affecting, let's say, the Gore area into Evening Shade, just west of Salisaw, that's where you could find 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, lots of lightning, and a good heavy downpour of some rain. Also tracking a few of those thunderstorms moving through parts of Fort Smith into Crawford County as well. Again, all these are below the severe limits as of right now, but something to keep an eye on as we progress throughout the afternoon. Of course, now we're in the daytime heating throughout the day. We could see additional thunderstorms pop up throughout this afternoon and into this evening. That's definitely still into the forecast. Let's take a look at Futurecast and highlighting the chances of additional thunderstorms firing up this afternoon. But overall, a bit of a lull until we get late into this evening, and that's where we have additional thunderstorms firing up first across northwest Arkansas before eventually evolving across the river valley as well. That timeline is mainly this evening going overnight into our Wednesday morning. That's where we could see additional thunderstorms, additional heavy rainfall as well, which of course is going to lead to that flooding event. Your Wednesday morning commute doesn't look too bad. I think we enter into another one of those lulls before we get to Wednesday afternoon into the evening hours, and that's when we have another chance for some heavy rainfall and some strong thunderstorms. A headline I want you to remember through Thursday morning is off and on thunderstorms. That's the trend that we're going to be in. It's not consistent, but it's going to be every once in a while. We could see some heavy rain, some strong thunderstorms, even crossing over into the severe limits as well. Weather impact alert for us today, the rest of the day, and all day on Wednesday as well. What that means for you is the chances for some strong to severe thunderstorms possible, like we saw this morning already, but also some flooding as well. Typically, we've been saying anywhere between 2 up to 5 inches of rainfall will be possible. I think we're going to up that up just a bit. I think we could see anywhere between 3 up to 6 inches of rainfall by the time we get through Thursday morning. Now, by the end of the week into the weekend, we start to dry out finally, but we're going to pick up a lot of rainfall over the next 48 to 72 hours. We'll talk about that storm threat for tonight and your Wednesday evening coming up in just a bit.
All right, thank you so much, Stephen. And as we were talking about, we've had some storms this morning. A lot of us saw those, and our storm chasers out there right now. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is in the storm chaser. So, Jacob, where are you? What are you seeing right now?
Yeah, good afternoon, Morgan. We are in Gravette right now. We are on Detroit Street, just off of Highway 59 here in Gravette. And this is where, speaking with firefighters earlier today, say that most of the damage here in this city occurred. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around. This is what we've been seeing this morning. There's a lot of crews out today. We've seen power crews, a lot of tree crews. We've seen right now, I'm going to turn the camera and you can see there are trees on top of houses out here, tree crews trying to work to get these trees cut, but this is pretty much the extent of the damage that we have seen. Firefighters told me that around 8:30 this morning is when they got kind of their first calls of damage from those heavy winds that came through. But like I said, it's pretty much localized into this area. As you can see on this side of the street, and more tree damage, trees on top of houses, just trees falling onto people's yards. But we've just been pretty much seeing an active scene out here with people trying to clear this debris off of their homes. Now, I'm told that the city's water infrastructure this morning, this was posted to Facebook by Gravit Fire. They say that the city's water system was currently unavailable this morning, but around 11:10 a.m. they said that their water tower's power is out, but their water supply is still in service. Some people in Gravit might be experiencing some fluctuations in their water service and in their water pressures, as well as I show you kind of some more damage here on some more houses and some more property. But yes, this is the extent of the damage that we've been seeing here so far. But we'll keep driving around to see what else is going on. Speaking with firefighters later today just to see the extent of the damage that really occurred here in Gravit. But I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Jacob, showing us the aftermath of those storms there in Gravit this afternoon. And remember, you can track the rain and storms where you live with our free 5 News app. All you have to do is search for KFSM in your app store. Well, new at noon, the Arkansas Department of Health is reporting a new measles case, bringing the state's total for the year to 4. Here's what we know right now. The child, who was not fully vaccinated, lives in Faulkner County. ADH says there is no record of them traveling out of the state, meaning this is the first case of community spread here in Arkansas. The agency also shared that the person visited Conway Regional Greenbrier Family Medicine while infectious. And we told you this week about the Oklahoma Health Department reporting a possible measles exposure site at the Salisaw Walmart Supercenter on Ruth Avenue. The agency confirmed the person was in public settings while contagious. And also, here is a look at the 2 potential exposure sites across the border in Fort Smith. The Arkansas Department of Health says the infected person made stops at Mercy Hospital on Saturday, April 19th, and at Best Friends Pet Clinic on Monday, April 21st. They're urging anyone who visited those places during those times to get up to date on their MMR vaccine and to monitor symptoms. Well, President Trump is celebrating his first 100 days in office by highlighting his economic accomplishments. He's headed to Michigan, the home of American auto manufacturing, for a rally with supporters. Natalie Brand has more from the White House.
President Trump closed his campaign in battleground Michigan and returns tonight to mark 100 days.
After building the greatest economy in the world in his first term as president, President Trump is in the process of doing that all over again.
The trip to the key automotive hub comes as the administration could be easing tariffs on the auto industry. CBS News has learned the president will sign an executive order today easing the 25% tariff for steel and aluminum for automakers, while the separate tariff on imported cars is expected to remain in place.
The goal here is to bring back the high quality industrial jobs to the U.S.
The latest CBS News poll shows President Trump's approval of handling the economy has declined in recent weeks, and more than 60% of those surveyed believe he's too focused on tariffs, not enough on lowering prices.
We're the largest producer of truck frame assembly lines in North America.
Joe Perkins, whose company provides technology systems for the automotive industry, says he's hopeful for clarity.
How long can I maintain current cost structure? That is something that keeps me up all night and literally something that I have to think about every single day.
Tariff negotiations are underway with dozens of U.S. trading partners, but Canada's new prime minister issued this warning.
Our old relationship with the United States, a relationship based on steadily increasing integration, is over.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says progress has been made in talks with a number of Asian trading partners. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Here at home, the ongoing debate over who will pay the legal fees in the Crawford County library lawsuit is finally settled. The county quorum court voted to not help the library board with that $112,000 bill. Prior to last night's quorum court meeting, the library board voted last week to foot the whole bill in hopes the county would offer to pay $40,000 that they took out of the library budget for the former director to leave. The quorum court voted unanimously to allocate the over $112,000 from the library budget for the fees. Those advocating for the library to not be stuck with the check say it's going to hurt the system, while the county judge says he doesn't expect it to have impacts as they have unappropriated money still left.
It was the JP's inability to step in and say, this is wrong. This is not under the purview of our duties to get into a political fight with the library system. At every step of the way, they either passed the buck of responsibility or they doubled down on their extremism.
Looking at the monies, 90% of it is budgeted at the first of the year, 10% is reserved. That's not even in the equation. And then they budget a portion of it, and then there's unappropriated still left. So that is where the money is coming from.
With this issue, Crawford County was ordered to pay $112,000 in legal fees. That was stemming from a 2023 lawsuit filed by some parents after LGBTQ books meant for children were moved to the adult section. And today, the Fort Smith Board of Directors will hold a special meeting to discuss disciplining or firing the Chief Human Resources Officer, Rick Lawley. This after the board voted to terminate the contract for Rebecca Cohen 2 days after appointing her as the city auditor. A city spokesperson says the board did not provide a reason for the decision, but the termination comes shortly after it was revealed Cohen is facing criminal charges in Oklahoma. City Director Neil Martin says the board is evaluating how Cohen was appointed without them being informed of her ongoing criminal case.